Greetings, YouTube. Beautiful Mind here. We have a couple of questions that come in from college algebra. The first is this. Let me see. It asks us to determine the intervals of the domain over which the function is continuous, right? So this is the graph of the reciprocal function. This is the graph of well, the general graph is 1 over x, right? So then the vertical asymptote is 1. So this is going to be the graph of 1 over, I think it's like x minus 1, right? But anyway, in other words, this is a reciprocal function. Trying to think. Oh, so if you're doing domain, right? So remember, domain is the very left to the very right. So this here in the center where the blue line is kind of dancing around right now, that's called a vertical asymptote. So it's going to be undefined at when x is. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, normally, okay, see how this one has a point? Because I was going to say it's going to be undefined when x is 1, but they defined it when x is 1. So every point to the left of 1 is defined, every point to the right of 1 is defined, and it's defined at 1, so everything is accounted for. So for this one, I would imagine that it would be all reals. I know they have this option of negative infinity to 1 and then 1 to infinity, but because they defined it when x was 1, I would actually vouch for the domain would be all reals. Every x is accounted for, right? So domain is the very left to the very right. So again, everything to the left of 1 is accounted for. Everything to the right of 1 is accounted for. The only point that would have normally been in question would be when x is 1, but they went on and defined it when x was equal to 1 as well. So they went on to find it when x was 1. So I would vouch that the domain would be all reals here for this one. Okay. And then we actually have another one. Let's just go ahead and do it now. It says find a requested value. It asks us to find f of 6, right? So if we're going to do f of 6, so first we need to decide what's the proper line to choose, right? We use this line if x is less than or equal to 0, but we want 6, so that's a no. We will use this line if x is between 0 and 5, so that's a no. And we use this line if x is greater than or equal to 5, which it is, right? So because our x is 6, which is greater than or equal to 5, then the output is just going to be itself. So that one should be D. Okay. And on that note, we're going to end the session here. And from one beautiful mind to another, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.